Sweet. So I can get both Twitch and YouTube routed to that. That's good. Question is quality-wise, because my quality is going to be crap on my. You guys check it out and let me know. Should keep Imperion up now. Can you hear me now? Okay. What I really need to know is when it comes to video quality. Yeah, I'm watching Twitch on my phone. I just muted that. So is the video quality good, or is it all pixelated? Because last time I tried it years ago, it was really bad, but I had different settings and a different computer and everything back then. Okay. All right, because looking at it on Twitch on my phone, it looks fine, but then again, on my phone, 720 looks fine, so. Now, when I do this and switch it back to this, because really this stream is going to be more working on the dialogues and all. These screens should look fine, I would assume, because it's not a video game. Okay. Because the main things I'm going to be working on today is I'm going to be adding the dialogues for the rank 10 missions and all. So I wanted to go ahead and get this all set up, make sure it looks okay. Alright, I'm going to close my stream on phone so that I'm not watching and doing this at the same time. Alright. So the last thing that I was working. Actually, let me music. Where's my music? PC music. Star Salvage music. Oh. Just to add a little ambience to it. Okay. All right, the last thing that I was working on was the story. Okay, I was testing the dialogues, right? So start. All right, so the way the rank 10 missions are going to be working is we're going to, as soon as rank 9 of whatever is done, it'll load into rank 10. But it will initiate... Go ahead and get through there. Okay. Now that I've got that done, PDA, reward chap 74. That gives me rank 10 of combat. Hey, Dad and Dex, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. I'm streaming me working on the game. So rank 10 Merriweather Rendezvous. Activate chapter. From the captain from the UES Merriweather, put it through. Captain Livingston, commanding officer of the Merriweather, calling any member of the United Earth Fleet. If you're receiving this message, please respond. This is KnowItAllDM, former passenger on the UES Taurus. How fares the Taurus? Unfortunately, the Taurus was attacked and crashed on a temperate planet. Troubling news. And those will be unique dialogues depending on which starting planet you started on. So, what's wrong with the warp drive? They were attacked by alien drones, and in the fight, their warp drive was destroyed. What is your current location? They're around a K-type star named Betazus, located at galactic coordinates that. Anything I should know? They'll send the coordinates. Okay, rendezvous with UES Merriweather. And now we're in the sector with the UES Merriweather. And this is located way out here, 67.5 light years from the starting location. In terms of territory, it is the closest to the hostile territories that we have been with any of the storylines. So the reason that they can't salvage anything is because they're in orbit around a sun. So they're kind of stuck here. And as previously mentioned, even going 0.1 AU at sublight speeds would take years. So it's faster for them to, you know, call for help and hope somebody helps them with a warp drive, which will actually be the rank 10 mission for the engineer, is to come on board the Merriweather and talk to the engineer. Well, you'll talk to the captain first, ask the captain if they have any things. They connect it to this satellite, which for some reason isn't pointing towards the sun, but that's just because of random number generations in Empyrean. All right, so we come on board. We've got Engineer Turner. And no, that music isn't the Merriweather music. That's just happened to be the next track in my playlist. So we've got Engineer Turner. And that's the chief engineer. Has cryo modules. I don't know why it's not wanting me to get to... It's not connected the thing yet. Maybe I need to update my PDA, because I think it's waiting for me to get 0 to it. Testing when this dialogue appears before or after locating the Merriweather. End. Okay, so that testing dialogue was actually the rank 10 start, which is to tell you to talk to the captain, which would also be the same dialogue you would get, or a similar dialogue. Oh, I haven't finished filling out this cargo bay either. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I didn't put code yet for the teleporter. And that teleporter is a network teleporter, so you can teleport to anywhere that you've been. Okay. Hydroponics module is here with the garden. I need to put someone in here. Actually, I don't think I can because all these are taken up with this. I was gonna put someone in here. By the time you get here, also, your reputation with UEF, if it's honored, why is it telling you not to pick things? Or I don't know. Maybe that's just, I don't know. I think that's not a standard regardless. Okay. So if we come on to the front, we've got the observation lounge, which we have over here Ensign Huang, who doesn't have any dialogue set up yet, but she will be the person that the helmsman or the scout missions, the exploration missions, are to go to. She's the main helmsman. Interestingly, there's no oxygen here. I need to put oxygen in there. Then we've got the captain over here, Captain Livingston, and he will be the person to kick off all the rank 10 missions. The first time you talk to him, he'll have a unique dialogue saying, "Welcome to the ship," etc., etc. And after that, he will basically have a "Welcome back, how can I help you?" type dialogue. And then the medical officer for the medical missions are back here. Is back here. And here we've got Dr. McCarthy. And of course the combat missions will be kicked off by the captain himself when you talk to him. I might want to scale down the size of the sun. Right now, I believe it's on random, and at its current size, it's a little bit bigger than I want for this. So let's start salvage, playfields. What am I looking for? Space. Merriweather. Space. It's not space orbit there. Space Merriweather. Dynamic. Actually, no. I need to be looking for sectors. This. Okay. Sectors. The sun here, Betasis, is a sun random. That, I believe, if we change that scenarios, I don't need the scenarios, Empyrean, content, playfields, sun, instead of sun random. This playfield sets the sun's size at I don't know whether gravity's -50, but planet size 10. Which is the largest size, and random, I believe, goes from like 5 to 10, which is why I actually, for the specific black holes, that I used. If I'm not mistaken, for Vertron, it's listed as Ghost Hole, which is a sun playfield that sets the planet size at 9, because planet size 10 was just a little too big. And then and this doesn't actually choose the type of sun, it just sets the size, and everything else I don't even think is meaningful. What's the other sun that you go near apart from Bertron? And then there, UIP. I also use Ghost Hole, just to make it so that it's big, but it's not super big. So if I want to make this K-type star a little bit smaller, I should be able to copy this, rename it sun _ Merriweather, copy that, and I'll put you at 7. And then in here, this sun, I can do that, save it, and the sun will be set at that size. Okay. So I should be able to close all these now, and I won't worry about that. Okay, my introduction, that's this, works fine. The story introduction to the Merriweather works fine. Now, now I need to okay, I'm gonna start with Merriweather. Okay, we need this should be completed when you get close, when you finish that dialogue. It'll activate it, and then that finishes, then it goes to whatever rank 10, finishes the rank 10 mission that you had. So what I want this to be now, combat rank 10 should be here, rank 10 start. Okay. Okay, and this will be a, actually, let me just copy this, this will be a at least temporary placeholder. If not, it may become the permanent dialogue for it. Okay. Look into the UAS Merriweather. You should talk to the captain, see if there's anything we can do to help. Now, what I'm going to do, the captain start. This is going to be the first time you talk to the captain. And then every time you return, every time you return before you finish the story mission, this is going to pop up. Question I have, the story mission is this, Fate of the Fleet, and I have it set to activate when you click. Technically right now it's this, so that's not what I want the activation to be, because this is option 1, 2, 3, etc. And right now it's just set for option 1 to automatically reactivate. What I want it to reactivate okay, what I'm gonna need to do is have it so that this dialogue, Fleet 1, is what happens when you have this activated, rather than having it activate the mission. All right, so we'll start with the captain and Nick. That's the thing. We're not going to have any options or input. These are just the start dialogues. So we're going to need a variable. This is going to be a player int. It'll be I Livingston talk. Okay. The execute is if I Livingston talk is less than 1, it'll trigger this dialogue, which will be this one, not that one. That one, Captain Start, which is this one. So the very first time you talk to him, it'll go to this one, which means I now need to set that to 1 when you talk to him. Then I need to set it so that all right, if I X that out, visibility when rewarded have this one reward chapter Merriweather rendezvous. So this one, when you get to the ship, will reward this one. So you can see this one whenever you complete this one. Or should I have it? No, because this isn't the one that's going to need to reward it. The rank 10 ones after you... Can you reward? Yeah, you can reward chapters per task. That's a good one. Okay, so this we need dialogue option. We're going to need it's going to be this one, main story, Merriweather, Captain Start. Main story, Merriweather, Captain Start 1. So that after you've talked to him, now I may have it be Captain 1 or 2, depending on how that goes. But that will finish this. Actually, no, because you see, all right, what I'm going to need to add okay. Now I'm going to need this might as well keep it. There. Combat engineering. Let me do this. Combat engineering. Exploration. Stop putting that in there. Medical. Okay. So the mid and probably one of these that he starts with are going to be have the same answers, and those answers will come to these, which will trigger the appropriate mission start. Fragalot, welcome, welcome. Okay. So, Captain starts. So the first time you talk to him, Merriweather needs to be blue. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to let's see, the introduction is here. That you made it in one piece. Well, Frag, if you want to get back into Empyrean, Star Salvage is going to be having a major update in the next, hopefully within the next month or month and a half, it should be done, if I can get things like this done. This is the part where my ADHD just goes, no, this is too annoying, which is why I'm streaming it, so I have people to talk to. Okay, so welcome to the Merriweather. I'm glad to see you made it in one piece. Because you see, this is the creative part where my brain sometimes fails, coming up with proper dialogues. Now this is where I need... Alright, so I need to add a variable. I need to add string. Cryoship DB player string for it to grab the proper string in all the relevant things. Now I can do S cryoship, and it will put whatever your starting cryoship was there. For the script, I kind of just wing it as I'm adding the things in there. So I know a basics of what I want to go on, but I haven't done the specifics of what the dialogue is. So, like, I know that I want him to lead them into the final mission of Chapter 1, which is to actually locate all the rest of the ships, which you've probably done most of by the time you got there. Pretty much what the final mission is, locate the ships of the fleet, and each time you complete one of these missions, when you complete the storyline missions for each ship, it will allow you to tell the captain what happened to that ship, and in doing so, it will tick off all of these, which is what all this is here. So, like, if you started on the Taurus, once you finish the Taurus missions early on, it will give you the iTaurus story. It'll give you iTaurus story 1. And then when you're talking to him here, if iTaurus story, if any of them is 1, you'll say, I've located a ship of the fleet. Great, which ship do you have information on? And then whichever ones you finished the stories of, you'll be able to click the name of the ship, and then it'll go and it'll actually have you talking to him, and it'll say, you know, this is what you're saying to the captain. And then he'll have a response to it, which I haven't gotten to adding the responses yet. But when you tell him what's happened to the ship, it'll set it to 2, and when you tell him what happened to the ship, it will also tick off these. So what I need to do is have it so that you need to have this mission active when you talk to him to get this dialogue in order to tell him about the fleet. Because it's a lot more complicated than just a script for like a television show, because it's a dynamic system. And the more I add to the game, the more I learn about what I can do with the system, which is why after I get Chapter 1 complete, I'm actually going to go back and do a full Chapter 1 overhaul, overhauling all of the specialization ranks and streamline a lot of them, make them a little bit, yeah. But like, I'll streamline a lot of it and make it so that, like, instead of with the medical missions, you just walk up to the administrators on the quarantine stations for Chapter 5. You actually go up there, start a dialogue, have a conversation with him, and within that conversation, activate the mission, you know, and continue the mission. So, but that'll be something that I go back and do after I get the next 2 updates out. Because this next update will finish Chapter 1, but it will leave the UES Chalut, which is the final starter story mission. The quarantine starter will not be implemented until the update after that. The Chalut is in the game on that planet that you can go to, and you'll be able to read all of the, as if you were not that starter, you'd be able to go and read all of the ship logs and get that mission. Right, it's like I did it as right as I could the first time, but I learned so much throughout the whole thing. And you'll even notice in what's in the game that the original missions start out pretty basic, and then they get more and more complex as they go, with more and more dialogues and interactions with NPCs and whatnot. So, and I do have a lot of fun doing this. It's just I get sidetracked and bored sometimes when I'm dealing with dialogue. So, back to this dialogue. Made in one piece. It's a shame to hear about the whatever starter ship you started on. Let's see. So, if I'm going to get it to that, yeah, it is a lot like software development. I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's just, it's programming and programming languages and systems that you're learning as you go. And the only way to learn all of it is to learn as you go. So, okay. What I need is, because you basically just told them about the ship. What I need to do is Okay. Now, this sets Livingston top to 1, which is this. If it's less than 1, it starts that and sets it at 1. Then, the next important thing is I can do this. And actually, yeah, I'm going to need to copy all of these over. So, to the initiative, because this will be a... Actually, I'm going to need to copy... I can copy all of these up to this without having it be a copy. I need to move them. So let's... Yes, I know I have some dialogues with options that aren't that. Okay. Actually, I can delete you because you were the reloads. And I really just need that. All right. I am looking for... There. Okay, so this is Livingston. What I'm looking for is this. These variables. I need to cut those and put them up here on the init. Cut. Captain main init. Paste, and then and I believe, yeah, you can have up to 30 variables. So that should be fine. Now I save it, import the dialogues back, and instead of the variables being down here, down here as well. I need to get rid of them from here. Because I cut this work. Did I cut them from the wrong place? Here that they don't need to be. Weird. Okay. Import again. Okay. So rather than the variables be here, they're up here because if I have them in both places, it'll say you only need it once because it's considered one big dialogue. Okay. So now I can copy from here this. If any of them are finished, then in Captain Start, and then this will be which means if I'm going on into this, then I need to have this activate. Okay. I need to have this go straight into this, or have this go back into that. Now, how can I do that? If I instead have this be dialog option, instead of dialog option, I can't use near device because he's actually a NPC. What I could do, but if I did that, I know I have a lot of broken dialogues with myself. Okay, so what I was considering is if I had this stay the same, then have this only have one option that ends, which would complete this one, and then have that dialogue option also start the next one of this. The problem is having it with this means it would only work the first time you talk to the captain. It's a lot of convoluted dialogue stuff that okay. And there's probably an easy way to do it that my brain's just not thinking about right now. Yeah, it actually outputs it. It's an ECF file, but that's Empyrean config file, ECF. And that's what all of the config files are. Unfortunately, only the dialogues and PDAs have this tool that you can use that makes it easy. If it's something like the actual config files with the block configs, I actually have to edit this. And so I have to find what I want to edit, add, whatever. And so at that point, I'm actually doing the coding because it's making lines of code in the ECF file. Okay. So, lost my train of thought for a second. Okay. For the rank 10 missions, I want them... Okay. Here's what I can do. Instead of having this... But I want to be able to... Because it wouldn't make much sense if you've already uncovered the fate of almost all of the ships, and he's like, can you help me? And then you just say, sure, I'll see what I can do. You've already figured it out. You need to tell him. So this dialogue needs to be active when... Or this, I mean, this mission needs to be active with this dialogue. Now, I could have this mission activate whenever you get near him, or when you talk to him first time. I don't know. See, I'm trying to intertwine the story missions with the rank 10 missions in a way that it feels fluid. So right now it's fine. It stops at this point. It starts the rank 10 start. But what if I had it so that instead of doing that, okay, what I can do is I want it so that, all right, I need to test this. If this rewards this and goes straight into this, does it trigger that dialogue beforehand? Okay. I'm getting there. My brain is getting there. Fate of the Fleet. And I want it to activate Fate of the Fleet on completion. Okay. So, and the rendezvous, it's trigger distance 500, should trigger this. Fate of the Fleet. But what I need to do is have a second task. Talk to Captain Livingston. Now, with that, I know what I could do. Okay. But is it a good idea? I don't think it's a good idea. I might be able to. I know my thought processes are weird. My brain is, I'm not actually giving any information as to what I'm thinking because my brain is going so fast as to, because what I was considering is having it so that this starts as part of the mission Fate of the Fleet. But because I already have this set up so that this is the first thing whenever you talk to him. Um, and unfortunately, I can't have this have two separate dialogue things. Like you can use two different dialogues in it, but you can only have one value instead of having like one dialogue with one or two or three or something like that. So, if this is gonna need to be when the only thing I can think of, I could have it start this when you get near. Have it have the captain and knit when you get near as part of this mission, which should be the first time you've gone there. Okay. Now, if I do that, see, my brain's just rolling over what I need to do because the dialogue system is complex. Like, I've got the whole introduction set. It's when you talk to the captain. Now, what I could do because this is activated when you do that. This dialogue option. I need what I'm needing in my brain, okay, is a dialogue option with a single option between him asking you and the first time you talk to him and greeting him. So what I can do, cancel that. Captain 1, paste this here. This dialogue will have one option. It's not going to end. It will go to this one. This one is going to have the two options. One of which is going to be I've already located have it. I've already located one of the ships of the fleet. It would be, I would say some 1/some of the ships of the fleet. Now, because this dialogue should be the one that triggers this, as soon as you click this button to start this dialogue, it should flip you over to this. The problem I'm having is, will it do that while you're in dialogue conversation? And that, I don't know, so I'm going to have to test it. So we need to get this test out of the way. Okay, so that'll take you to this. Now, coming back to here, I need this will end. For now, there's going to be a couple more options here on Captain 1 that will also be options on what I'm going to need to do. I need to put a so that when you return, if you don't have this mission active, it will give a dialogue and allow you to actually no, with this I shouldn't need more dialogues because you won't have the other mission active at the time when this dialogue is active. Okay. In fact, I could set this undefined. Yeah, I know. I could set this so that he starts a conversation if you have the relevant rank 10 mission active. And it would go in order. It would be prioritized. Not that it matters because you can't have more than one active at a time. But it would be prioritized story mission, combat, engineering, exploration, medical. Okay. I think I know what I can do. I think I know how to do this. But I need to find out if doing it this way interrupts. If doing this will work properly. In order to do that, I'm going to have to actually complete a mission. Okay. The easiest mission to complete is probably the Fukushima? No, Orion. I can go to Orion Colony and complete the Orion Colony mission. Okay. Save. Actually, let me downloads, delete all that. Okay. So I need to save this. And I need to save this. What was the issue? Why would this not save? Fate of the Fleet has no task. Okay, Fate of the Fleet. But it does, so I'm confused. Story U.S. Merriweather, Fate of the Fleet has no task. What? But reload. Okay. That was weird, but okay. So now dialogues move to the config folder. PDAs move to the PDA folder. And let's start. Start single player scenario. And really, I can do the Taurus mission real quick. So I'll have the Taurus and Orion missions. Okay. And okay. Taurus is over here. Okay, I wanted to test that out, that I set it up so you have to go back and redo it. Hi, Inner Space Guy. So you actually have to go through the first part of the things before you can finish the Taurus mission, which is a good thing. That's what I wanted to happen. Okay, that completed the Taurus story mission. All right, there's a lot of talent on here, but no one else. All right. Attention approaching vessel. You've entered the yada yada yada. This is KnowItAllDM, former passenger on the UAS Taurus, requesting permission to land. Thank you. Okay. Why are you guys on top of... I wonder if I have them supposed to spawn inside and they're just spawning on top. I might need to fix that. Kind of badly. Welcome to the Orion colony. Continue playing. I haven't actually tested that out yet, but that completed the Orion mission. So now, PDA reward chap 74, rank 10. Okay, and you see, it's a lot smaller now, which means I really want to make it a little bit bigger than that. Because it's a lot smaller than I wanted. Okay, and I don't know why I don't like having that pop up. That pops up because this start mission is set to nothing or none. None makes your chapter complete silent without any text. That's what it says. So I want it a little bit bigger than that though. So what I'm going to do, content configuration, play fields, Sun, Merriweather. Oh, yeah, it's just this. Instead of 7, I'm going to make it 8. So that it's a little bit bigger than it currently is. I may even make it a 9 so that it's even bigger, because I believe that one that we saw before was a 10. All right, talk to Captain Livingston. Captain Livingston is in here. Right, I don't have... All right, he spawns in... with the start. What I need is init rather than start. There we go. Main story. Oh, Captain underscore in it. Right, now he's go. Yeah! All right. Welcome to the Merriweather. I'm glad you made it in one piece. It's a shame to hear about the UAS Taurus. That needs to be blued. I need to bluify that. I've already located one some of the fleet. So apparently the Orion didn't work. Taurus did. Why did the Orion not? All right. That brought me to here. Signal Shima Orion. ORN story 1. Thank you for joining us, Zlurb. I hope to see you next time I stream something. Okay, Orion. Captain continues. ORN story. ORN story equals 1. So we should have set this ORN story to 1. Then when we come here, ORN story. I wonder if it failed to set it for some reason. I don't know. You did activate that though. But because these all have end, what I need is now I need completed messages for these, but it didn't actually tick it off like it should have. Why did it not tick off the proper thing? It's possible that the task only really activated after the dialogue closed. Okay. Good night, Dad and Dax. Glad to have you join me for a little bit. So now okay. That works. But it doesn't trigger that. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Copy that work. Goes to this. But also, why was that not? Here. That should have shown up. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. Maybe for some reason it just wasn't showing. I don't know. I'll worry about that later. What I need to worry about is this. Okay. So I've got it so that we talk to him the first time it starts with that. That worked perfect. Then I need to have it so that if task right. This is where I need. Let's save this. Then I can pull this up. Not that one. This one up. And look for task title, which goes here. And that will give me chapter title. All right, so if that is active, and is greater than or equal to 1. Really, it should never be greater than 1. It should just be equal to 1. But we're going to go ahead and do this. So it'll say, hey, welcome back. Have you found any more information? Now, I believe the issue that we had was that the task did not update until after the dialogue was completed. Honestly, I don't know if it helps leaving the stream running or not. I'm sure it'll help with the view, like keeping the views on the stream would help. So if you leave it up, that'd be great. it'll just be one extra person that YouTube goes, hey, someone's watching. So, okay. So what I need to do is let me see if if I do this, copy, and then this, I'll go, and is PDA task active? So that this only shows up if that PDA task is active. That will let me know. Now I can close that. And delete that. Download those. That again. Dialogues into configuration, replace. PDAs into the PDA, replace. And start. Actually, we can delete that. Start single player scenario. Work in progress. Okay. Yes, I've had music going, but it's on a random royalty-free playlist. Or I don't know if it's royalty-free. Well, royalty-free, yes, but it's a playlist from YouTube's music thing that it's free to use on streaming and videos. So this, the music is a little loud. All right. Hey, look, we're here. Now, all right. Okay. Now, talking to him. Continue. This right here should be giving me the Orion, the IORN story. Okay. Alright, let's see what the size of this sun is. This is an 8. Not bad. I want it a little bigger though, so looks like we're gonna have to pull it up to a 9. I don't want it a 10. 10 was too big, but 9 is good. Oh, right. I need to do, there we go. Right when we get within 300 of it, or maybe 500 of it. 500 of it. And you see, it still does that. Ah. Maybe I'll just do this. So when it starts, it'll just give you the message saying, "Hey, you're getting close." Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, because I need to change this. Welcome to the Merriweather. Glad to see you made it in one piece. Thank you. And it says that that task is active. So if that task is active, that's why it's not doing it, because hold on. All right. Da 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 da. Linda da 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 ha. You. Because it doesn't have the. It's not completing it because these are the ones that complete it, not this. Gotcha. Okay. So, Hawkeye. So what I need to do, this is something I've been needing to do anyway. I need to add a response. Hold on. These. Okay. Because what I was thinking is that I would have. Yes, okay. That is wrong. What I need for this is that. No, hold on. Main story, Merriweather, Captain Ryan. Okay. That's what we need. And then that should bring us into this. Which will have an ending thing that should bring us back to here, to Fleet 4. Each one of those will have their own individual response, but all of those responses will lead back to Fleet 4. Have you found any information about the status of any other ship? And then it'll go back into this. So, okay. Download that. Move the dialogues to the configuration. Pull this back up. Reload the dialogue system. Let me go back, Captain Enid. Because it should be activating it with this. This should be its next thing. Is PDA task active? It is. And that. Alright, let's just close out all the rest of these. I'm not going to need them right now. So, DS reload. All right. What is the problem? Okay. In theory, this should always be 1 or higher when this is active anyway, because it sets it to 1 before activating it. So I can just eliminate that, save it, move you to the configuration folder. Reload the dialog system. Why is it having an error? The error must be with this. PDA task active. That is the appropriate task. Locate the ships of the fleet. And we found that in the proper chapter. The chapter we found. So why is this an error? Is PDA task active? Maybe that is the issue. No, that's obviously not the issue. I don't get that. Is it possible that it's because something in here, in this, rather? It shouldn't be, because okay. Why is that? Hold on. That's not. What? Dialogue name, Captain 1. Okay, I can get rid of that because that's not going to be necessary anyway. But not that it's going to matter here. I need to get rid of it. Captain. Get rid of this here because it is obviously active because that was testing it. Alright, Fleet 1. I don't see anything wrong with it here. It next to is PDA task active. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't know what all that means. Okay. Well, we can find out if it is to do with this just by doing that. Because that means it should do that first and then that. Okay, so it has nothing to do with that, but rather the loading of this fleet 1. Question is, what's its issue here? I suppose it could also be with anything down the line, but it didn't have an issue with Fleet 2 loading it in from Captain 1. And all of these then again, it only started doing that after I connected to these through here. So it may have something to do with these, but it shouldn't, because I've used similar things. Oh, I see what it is. These are the wrong. These are parentheses, not bracket. And that's why it did it so many times, because it did it once for each of these. And one of them. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Save it. Downloads. Oh yeah, I've got to do the... Yes, I know 2 of the things have no text. That's fine. Configuration, replace. DS reload. Still does not talk. Why? I thought I fixed it. Apparently I did not. I thought that was the issue, but apparently it's not. Maybe that? No. Now it says expected, though. You see, now I don't know what the issue is. I fixed those, apparently. Yeah, because all those were from the ships. And then... Okay. I may have to try... with a fresh game. All right. I'm not going to worry about the Orion colony portion of it. All right, that sun is a good size. It's not too big, not too small. Right, and why does it still? Maybe I didn't update the actual. That's fine. Out. All right, so after all that, Now it's still not working. Does not exist. What? Oh, right. Because I have not changed this yet. Now we're getting to the issue. What does that mean? All right, so there's an expected problem. What is your problem? What is your problem? It obviously has something to do with these. And I know this works. And obviously these work fine. I simply do not know what the issue is. There's 8 of those. 9. So obviously there are 2 errors for each of these. Is it having a problem with the syntax in that? It shouldn't. Because maybe it's that it's having the issue with. I don't know why it would, but you're not, really doesn't need to have that. Okay, so if I were to do this on each of these, okay, save this. And then move that. It's still having the same issue, so that's not the problem. I know it has something to do with these. Question is, what? Okay. Okay. That's obviously not the issue. Okay. There we go. Not it. It did change something though. Okay. No, it's down here. That works. So, what if I did this? Where is it? Here? That may be what issue I was having. Because these are okay. Now if I save that, what? Okay, it's telling me what is expected in a location. That's what that means. Okay. Okay. We're learning. We're learning. It definitely has something to do with these scripts. I'm not sure if that's... Success! But it now just says player name. It doesn't actually have my name. Failure. I have gotten it to save before, but why? 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 At least that mark works. Okay. Now, Okay. Okay. Now it's just down to learning the syntax for the... Okay, to get that to change it to the proper thing. Okay. That I can do without having to go through this whole song and dance. Playfields, Junkyard Starter. Alright. Alright. Dialogue test activated. Now. What I need. This is a test dialogue. Right. Instead of that. If I just do that. Okay. Okay. So, this is a text dialogue, and it has my name there. Test response. Okay. The problem is, I had this to begin with, and it wasn't working! Okay. So what I'm going to do now, instead of that, this test response is going to go straight to the Merriweather Captain Start dialogue. So I don't have to go through the whole thing. I can just hit this. Now, let's come back to these. And now you're having an issue again. Because, okay. Let me... No, let me do this. Yes, that's... There. We'll do that one instead. Because that'll be as if I'm talking to the captain. But I don't have to go to the Merriweather. Oh, reload. What? Oh, is that because... You know what? Let's just do this. I know it's wonky, but There. Now this is the captain. This is Captain Livingston right here. I know he looks different, but this is him. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now it should... Alright. Looks like I'm gonna have to go through all this anyway. Alright, before I do that, here, let me do this. You, instead of this, alright, I'm just going to... Alright, test response in. We're instead going to go... Orion's story. Horus story. Fukushima story. Rosignol story. And I'll just do Speedwell story. Okay. And what this ought to do, let me come back to these. And then I can do Taurus story. So that needs to go here. This is Brian's story. Shima's story. Ross story. And Speed story. Now what that'll do, that'll trigger those so that we will be able to go ahead and say, hey, I'm finishing these stories without actually having to go finish them. So I'm going to save that. We are still going to have to travel to the Merriweather, but we're not going to have to go through a lot of other song and dance. Let's just delete you. Delete you. I need to make sure I put these in the proper folder. Okay, start single scenario. All right, so Right. All right. Okay, hold on. I forgot I have to add the variables. It. It. Clear. Okay. Now we're good. Okay. Now we're good. Let's do Orion, Fukushima, and Speedway. I shouldn't need the item menu, but that's not good. Okay. I know why it's doing that. It's doing that because I didn't complete the initial dialogue for the first mission. Ow. Actually, before I do this again, let's fix something so I don't have to do it every time I do this. Alright. You, Monsieur Captain. There. Okay. Now, I can yes, Merriweather, copy, prefabs, paste, replace. Now I don't ever have to worry about that again. Okay. In order for the rank 10 mission dialogue to work properly, it needs to properly detect the string, the DB player string, database player string, assigned to your character at the beginning of the game here. This I had skipped over by talking to the control panel before I got a chance to talk to this one. So now it has set my initial cryo ship as the Taurus, and it set my initial PDA assistant as Sasha. So again, we're going to do Orion, Taurus, Rossignol. Just 3 random ones. Now, 4. And I should be able to put them through. Oh. Hey, look, I'm here! Talk to Capitan Livingston. Welcome to the Merriweather. Thank you. I have located 1/some. Taurus, Rossignol, Orion. Okay. So that worked. But when I actually did the Orion mission, it did not do the Orion mission properly, which means that there's an issue with this here. That. And I don't know why. So, and that might fix it. Don't ask me why. Do not ask me why. In fact, I'm going to copy this from here that I know worked and put it on that Orion colony, continue. There. Don't ask me why it makes it. It should not make a difference whether it activates with the dialogue or the completion. Should not matter. But apparently it does. So. Taurus was attacked, and it's still. Why does it still say that in brackets? Hold on. Because that has it like that. Okay, I didn't do them all. Okay. Speedwell and Rossignol and Orion, on the other hand. Welcome back. Ryan. See, now that's doing it right. Okay. Right. So I just didn't finish this up here like I should have. All right. But these weren't that bad to begin with. Okay, whatever. But that one did not. Yeah, and there's nothing you can do. Okay. The Rossignol did not. Check off. Because, and I bet you, yes, that is the reason, because it's ROSS. S, and there. There you go. Okay. Now it should work. But I'm going to have to save this and this. We're making progress slowly. And this is what I have to go through. And this is why it's been taking so long to get this next update up. Okay, I mean, we just spent 2.5 hours on a couple lines of dialogue for the captain. But we've got it working now. Deactivate. Now, resume. Let's go. But it won't let us do anymore because it already set that 2. Okay. Anyway. I now know that it will work properly. All right. And I'll go back through and color these properly later. Okay, so now that we have that part set, okay. And then he says, see what I can do, or I've already found it. And it works because I went straight from this to that through to start this. Which means it deactivates any of the rank 10 missions, even though that mission had been activated. But that's an important part of it. Now, back to the dialogues. This dialogue activates if the PDA mission is active. We saw that function works. So, we can now move on to not action title, I need the task. We need this whole thing. Is that your chapter title? Is that okay? So, first talk. If the PDA is active, if your story mission is active, if your combat mission is active, which means either you've finished the story mission or manually reactivated your other one. Okay, let me go ahead and do this then. Alright, we've got Taurus, Orion, Fukushima, Ross, Speed, Leo, Chalu. And what's the other one? Bonneville. So and these are DB players. That's okay. Leo. Chalu. And Bot. Alright. So now our entry dialogue guy can give us all of the stories. Except for the except for the Merriweather, because that's the one that we're working on. So that's Bond story, Chalu story. Okay. So all of those should be able to activate now. Because what I want to test is if you finish this, it does go automatically back to the one that was active previously, the combat mission, or not. Okay. In order for this to work, I will need this, and I'm just gonna put a temporary end response here. Okay. All right. Save you. Save you. Go back into here. Delete all the PDA things because some of them are wrong. Save you again. Dialogues. PDA. Okay, here we go again. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweet. Okay, now we should have 8 responses. Get there. Okay. Thank you. I have located some/1. We'll start with the Leo. Taurus. Speedwell. Rosignol. Shadadoo. Fukushima. Orion. And Bonneville. And it does! Yes! Yes! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Okay. This is what the captain says for the combat start mission. Yay! Alright. Okay. Yes. Oh. Okay. Alright, I'm excited and glad it's working. It's actually working, finally. Okay. After 2 hours and 45 minutes, I actually have it working to the point I want it to. Okay. So what this means is that now I have a standard that it gets through the story missions. Right? So this can be completed. All right, I need to put a reward on this. All right, I need a completed message. There will be a completed message for this one, which will be in the form of a dialogue. But for this altogether, okay, rewards, IUP. Now, Bonneville gave 150. Orion Colony gave 150. Which means the Merriweather Fate of the Fleet should give 200. Okay. And then reputation, UEF, $3,000. Because that gives you UIP, but that one gives you 5,000. I guess that means this really should give you about the same, bringing you up in reputation by a whole factor. So by the time you finish these, you should be max reputation with the United Earth Fleet. Okay. Now, the story mission is complete. I don't have all the captain's dialogues complete because it requires, like, this requires you to return. This will be the final thing in here. Because you'll have the combat mission, engineering, exploration, medical, and then this one. And this will be the generic, you've returned, there's no missions active, return thing. So, I'll add that last, after I add all the other missions. So I've started with these. I can rename this now instead of rank 10 start. Okay. And instead of this being it, I can go do that. Main story, Merriweather, Captain Com, which is what activates when the mission is activated. And it'll only have one thing. Okay. And then that'll go on to the next task, next task. Okay. These I can put true on here so that it, once that one's complete, then that pops up. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and set up all the other rank missions. And I'll probably give these each unique names rather than calling them all Merriweather Rendezvous. Like, because that says familiar voices for each of these as opposed to Fukushima Distress Call. So, the Merriweather Rendezvous will be this. These might even be, like, that might even be Merriweather Defenses, and then Merriweather, I don't know. But I do need this I can copy. Actually, no, I can't. I can copy this, but I need that to be unique. But these will all be those. Let's make sure put this in the right group. This, on the other hand, is just going to be a wait action. This will be now to remind me what I plan on them doing. This dialogue options. Okay. It may not have it listed here because I added it after I downloaded it. So just like this one is ing. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what I want, what I'm gonna have the Explorer do. Merriweather. I'll just put that for now. And the name of that will probably be the same as the name of this, because that is activating the Merriweather Rendezvous story mission, so it makes sense to call it the same. This. Okay, dialogue option. Merriweather Captain. We make sure that with the engineering, I didn't. Yeah, it's MWP. And finally, all right. Rendezvous. Dialogue options. Okay. Now, this is what we need. CB rank 10 init. So that's going to be exploration and okay. So that's the completed message. Dialogue. In rank 10 init. Dialogue. Next rank 10 init. And rank 10 init. And that's all for the those. Okay. And the reason I have it doing it for those is that what that means is that each one, if the Merriweather story has not been started, then it will start the Merriweather story. If it has been started, then it'll just go on straight to the second part. It'll just end and that's completed, so it says talk to the captain. Okay. Well, I actually got a lot done, and I am happy about what I've gotten done. It's been 3 hours since I started streaming. I've actually had a lot of fun talking to you guys, and it actually helped me get some stuff done. Believe it or not, that was a lot, even though it seems just like a little bit. I've gotten more done in the last 3 hours than I have in the last 2 weeks. So, I think I may start doing this more often. Start streaming, and it'll probably be around the same time. Not every day, but probably at the very least Sundays, and then maybe later in the week, Friday, Saturday, something like that. Maybe even Mondays. I might do this again tomorrow, because it's actually helping me get some stuff done, and it's nice to allow people to watch what I'm doing and everything. So I hope everybody enjoyed watching this. Hit all the relevant buttons on Twitch and YouTube, and I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, I'm KnowItAllDM, and y'all have a great day, or night, or morning, whatever it is for you.